And your first draft of Kelly Winston Jones was written when?
Several years ago. I had been thinking, I had been coming up with the idea. I can remember exactly where I was. I was in Innovative Artists. So I think I was there in 2005 and 6. So we're looking at, 6 years ago now, when I came up with the original concept. And I was sitting at my desk. I was assisting an agent at the time. And I was reading the trades, which I recommend any writer should always be reading the trades, by the way, because you should know what projects are selling, what studios are making what production companies are making what. You should always know all about the business. So read the trades on a daily basis, whether that's Variety or Hollywood Reporter or Deadline, wherever your outlet is, go to those and read them and be familiarized with the industry. And especially with the genre that you write in and the projects that you're trying to get off the ground. But I was reading the trades, and there was an entire article about an actress who had just recently passed away. And she was an award winner, an Academy Award winner, big awards from the 50s, I want to say. And I went to UC Santa Barbara. I was a film student. I studied film history and film theory. I've seen almost every movie out there, and for some reason, I did not know who this actress was. And I was thinking to myself, what do you have to do these days to leave a legacy? Because in the 50s or 60s, this actress was probably a household name and really well known, and people would fill the theaters to see her, and I didn't know who she was. And so based on that idea of what you have to do to leave a legacy that'll actually withstand time, got me into thinking, well, what would you do to even just leave a small legacy? And so Kelly Winston Jones is the story about a PE teacher, a retired PE teacher in a small town that finds out they're building a new gymnasium at the school that he taught at his entire life, and he desperately wants to get this gym named after him. The only problem is that the principal, who was an ex-student of his that didn't really like him too much, decides he doesn't want to name it after him, and he wants to name it Memoriam. So the PE teacher, who is played by Richard Dreyfuss, has to decide if it's worth ending his own life to get this named after him and in memoriam, to leave a legacy, to leave a piece of himself behind. So that's where the original concept and idea came up, and I worked it and reworked it and wrote draft after draft for a couple years, I think, before I gave it to eventually Joel and the rest of the people that became attached.